Hey guys, Thunder E here, and you are looking at the confrontation between Team Cap and Team Iron Man in the Captain America Civil War Trailer 2. This is a scene from it, and with me here is Mr. Lou Rod. Lou, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. How's everyone doing?
Good, good. Can we see your face now? I mean, we share that image, which is cool.
Hey.
All right, all right. So the new trailer dropped. If you haven't seen the trailer, you can check it out down below. You can also check out my reaction to the trailer. But Lou, your thoughts, because you're the one who sent this to me earlier today. I was out of the house. You were all super excited. So what are your thoughts on the trailer?
Underoos.
I take it you liked it quite a bit.
Oh, you seen what I was telling you.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cool. So this is a trailer breakdown, guys. So what we're going to do is you can chime in the chat, or if you're watching this later, you can actually chime in the comment section of this video. And we're going to be sharing images from this trailer, breaking down the scene, some of the things we see, some of the things we expect, all that fun stuff. So I am going to cue it up here, and I'm going to share my screen so you all can see. Boom, boom, boom. Share. Can you see it?
Yes.
All right, there we go. So we're starting off. This is how the trailer starts. It starts off with a narration from Captain America, talking about how their job, they kind of go out to save people. And we see this backdrop of somewhere cold, maybe in Russia, who knows where. I'm just guessing. And then we see two soldiers who open up a vault. Now, after this, we get this image of Bucky, which we've seen in the Super Bowl trailer. So is this referring to the very first time that they unearthed him after, in Captain America Winter Soldier, or is this something newer? We're not sure. Is this Baron Zemo actually playing effect here? We don't know. And then, of course, he continues the line and statement. And he talks about how they can't save everyone. And I'll talk about this later in a second. But you see Captain America here. His outfit looks pretty good. I mean, I like the way his costume has evolved over the movies. And it looks like it's the same scene where Bucky, Winter Soldier, is kept frozen. And then we get this shot of the first Avengers movie, the destruction in New York that nobody really cared about till now. I'm just throwing that in there. And it says casualties 74. Overall loss $18.8 billion. So you can see the stats there, UN footage archive. And
so
then
74 people died. That's it.
That's it. See, that. I'll get to my problems with this later. It has nothing to do with the trailer. The trailer is awesome, but I'll get to it. And then we move here and we see this is in Winter Soldier. Of course, the destruction in DC, archive footage from the UN again. Overall loss was 2.8 billion. I'm surprised it's 2.8 billion. I thought it would be more. And the casualties are 23.
That was only centered around the base.
Yeah, but the base itself is expensive. That base, I mean, to hide a base under the National Monument area with how many just one of those helicarriers alone costs more than $1 billion. Let's put it this way, right? If you're going to build a warship, a regular warship, it's more than $1 billion. So I mean, come on. The math doesn't add up. But anyway.
Well, maybe they're not looking at the math as far as total equipment and more of street damage and property damage.
Maybe. True. So this is, of course, in Washington, D.C. And then, of course, this is William Hurt as General Sam Lane. At least now it looks like he's in a much more public persona. He's sitting out here. We see, I believe that's T'Challa in front. And that, of course, is Black Widow. And then we now see, stats of Sokovia, Ultron Offensive. Overall loss in terms of cash value, $474 billion. Now, those kind of numbers I definitely understand. And then casualties are only 177. And mind you, this was the Marvel movie where they spent a lot of time trying to save people in this. So I'm really surprised that the casualty numbers are actually higher than the rest.
Couldn't get to everyone.
I guess couldn't get to everyone, but we kind of see this footage. So they're laying that groundwork to say, hey, look, you guys are causing a lot of damage. Well, technically it's not their fault, but the fights you're in cause a lot of damage. We see Scarlet Witch here. She's kind of she's taken aback by the damage because she was part of it. I definitely understand her grief here because she worked with Ultron at least for half of that movie, and then Cap is in the background, and Cap is like, all right, enough of this, and we see Black Widow again next to him. William Hurt basically continues talking about how things need to change, and then we get a couple of cutscenes. We saw this explosion in the Super Bowl trailer. This is somewhere, I believe, maybe in the UN or maybe in Wakanda. But there, in that explosion, I think it's where somebody dies, or at least some people die. We see T'Challa here. He's in grief. There's blood and all that. It reminds me of something else, which I'll get to again later on. But you can see he's personally affected by some of this, tragedy. And then Iron Man, or Robert Downey Jr., aka Tony Stark, says, "This is where I come in," and you see him jumping out of a helicopter. And this is where he says it, sorry. And then we see this underwater base. Now,
prison facility.
It's a prison. This reminds me of the prison that Mr. Fantastic in the comic books built in the Negative Zone. So they don't have Mr. Fantastic. They don't have that. So this is the best possible scenario. Makes sense. I like the switcheroo. But in Civil War comics, they used a prison in the Negative Zone for that. So I like the look. I like the different approach here. If you don't have Mr. Fantastic to do that, you have to deal with Tony Stark somewhere else. And this is the prison. Although with bars, I would expect like a force field or something, a bars and force field at least, so to speak. And then we see Tony here. So basically, they're talking about how they need to basically register. They don't say, and Tony's basically telling them the same thing we see in the trailers. He's like, "This is when I want to punch your lovely mug." And then we see this awesome chase scene. So this is Winter Soldier on a motorcycle. He's speeding down. Motorcycles are pretty fast, as you can imagine. They cut through cars in traffic, and right before, a millisecond before this, T'Challa, Black Panther, jumps down, starts running, and of course he's being chased by Captain America, and he's chasing Bucky on a motorcycle. So these guys are running against a moving vehicle, which is going fast. And this is the tail sequence here where he basically jumps and just claws at the back of that motorcycle. It was a dope scene, pretty cool. This freeze frame lets you know it's really CGI, but it's still a pretty cool scene altogether when you watch it in motion. And then here, of course, this is a bunch of action sequences. Tony is setting up his wristwatch armor, at least his hand armor. And it's like, it has a setup process to it. He has to hit a button or move a few things. And you can see Winter Soldier is trying to grab his hand, and he's about to shoot Tony. This is a scene we've seen before. It cuts to another scene where, of course, we see Captain America jumping in into building. Of course, there's an explosion. And here we see Winter Soldier, Bucky, with a machine gun that has a very long magazine. That has a lot of ammunition, man. He does not joke around when he goes out. So I just found that interesting. I was like, wow, man. I mean, he's ready to take somebody out. And he's aiming at this, and then we get the scene next where Rhodey is shot. War Machine. So if you guys watched my video yesterday, I said War Machine was going to die. All because in the teasers, they showed everyone's face except him. And then he gets this blast. Now, I don't know who would fire this blast at all. I have no idea who. Now, half of me believes that it's everything. A lot of these things are orchestrated by Baron Zemo. I will talk about that in a second. And he gets the blast hit. You can see his reactor here is pretty much fried. And he's coming down, and Tony lands, takes off his faceplate, or rips it off pretty much. And then you see he bled out of his nose. It looks like he's out. At the very least, he's passed out in a coma, something like that. We don't know. So he may be dead. It is possible. And then he said something about, you guys have changed this. We see this shot here of Bucky. This is at the airport scene, which you've seen some clips before. And then we get this scene here in a compound. I believe this is in Wakanda, but I'm not sure, just because those military vehicles are not US style. This is IF something, don't know what that is. But we see a bunch of soldiers here with gas masks, or at least environmental masks. And then, of course, this is Black Widow taking them out. And then we get this scene where Tony says they're coming for you, and she says something to the effect that kind of like, she's prepared, or at least she's expecting. I'm paraphrasing, so I'm not getting it word for word. And then she walks away. We get this shot here of Captain America, a very nice shot again. Like I said, I like the way the costume looks. And then this is a pretty cool shot. And then Cap is telling Tony, hey, we can still work this out. And you see Cap is pissed. I think this is after Rhodey dies. That's my own conclusion here, because you can see in his face that he's not ready to talk at this point. And he's got a black eye, there's Cap there, and he punches Cap right after this. And then there's a little skirmish there. We see the shot here of Iron Man flying through. And here there's a fight on the rooftop with T'Challa. So we get a good look at Black Panther's costume, which is made out of vibranium completely. So we see a good look at him fighting Bucky. And then we see the shot here. Bucky escapes because somebody starts shooting at them, and bullets basically just bounce off him. It kind of stares them down like, what the hell's wrong with you? I do like that. I do like the outfit. I do like the way that they use the kind of like the necklace piece here, just to highlight, the differences in the look of the outfit. Again, we get this shot here of Black Widow. This is at the airport again. She's kind of shocked and looking at this overall scene. I think this is just a continuation of that shot. There's explosion, there are fights between both characters, both groups. And here we see Scarlet Witch. She's creating some energy ball, and it's affecting Vision. So we can see Vision here. And
she's making the Vision propose.
Yes, because they are married in the comic books. So Vision drops to his knees and he's breaking down. And I think this is Hawkeye right here on the floor. I could be wrong. But,
oh, shit, I didn't notice that.
I think that might be him. Mind you, she's on the same side as Hawkeye. So we'll see.
Oh, Vision maybe knocked out Hawkeye.
Yeah, maybe. And so she goes at him. Could be wrong. And then we see Hawkeye here. He's about to lace up, fire one of his arrows. And the arrow splits into 4. And of course, Ant-Man is riding. I like the scene because it's a good use of Ant-Man, especially you don't want to have him as standing out there. You want him as a hidden character, at least for a while, if you're on Cap's side. And basically, he lands on Tony Stark's armor, and who knows, he might do some damage to Tony that way. So that's actually pretty cool use of Ant-Man in the trailer. And then we get this shot here of Crossbones, who's about to deck Captain America. This scene takes place in Wakanda. You can see people in the streets. It says Maggie. If you're from Africa and you're watching this, you see this Maggie logo here, definitely that at least they got that description right. We put Maggie in all our food. It's basically it's MSG. So it's just its own form of MSG. It's just taking that. At least I'm glad that's there. That's a good representation anyway, in a sense. So we see him basically deck Captain America here, Crossbones. And then we see the shot where Tony says, it's not too late to give up. And he's pointing at, of course, Captain America.
Stand down.
Yeah, stand down. Yeah. And Captain America says, I can do this all day.
Reference back to Captain America, the first Avenger.
Thank you very much. And then we get the scene where he's just wailing at him. It's like 1 punch, 2 punch with the shield. And then there's a third and a fourth, and then he hits him with the shield again. So pretty much just takes him to task right here. And then we see the shot of Cap's team. So we have Falcon about to take off. We have Ant-Man running, which I really, if I was Ant-Man, I would have stayed hidden the whole time. We've got Hawkeye. We've got, Captain America. We've got Scarlet Witch. We've got, Winter Soldier. They're all running towards, Team Iron Man. With Iron Man, we can see Rhodey. And then we see Black Widow. We see, of course, Black Panther. And then this general shot. We see the whole team here. And basically, the way I look at the fight is Cap, of course, against Iron Man, Winter Soldier versus Black Panther, Hawkeye versus Black Widow, and then, of course, Vision versus Scarlet Witch. Ant-Man is kind of there, just running around, doing his thing. We don't see everyone here. And, of course, we see Falcon up there, probably going against War Machine. So that's the group coming together to fight at this airport. It looks like it's in Germany. And then here is the scene where Iron Man goes, enough of this. And then he goes, on the ruse. And we see, of course, Rhodey's still alive at this point. And here's the thing I think why he's pissed also. I think Black Widow switched sides right here. I think this scene, we see her switch sides. Just because I'm not exactly sure how or what, I don't know. But then we hear a web slinger and some webbing comes down, picks up the shield, boom. And of course, at the same time, takes the shield and of course puts some webbing on Captain America's hands. We see Black Widow look up. He's looking down at his webbed hands, flip land, and we get Spidey holding the shield. And Spidey's costume is pretty shiny. And we get a good look at Spidey right here. So,
hi, guys.
Yeah, and he says, hi, guys. So this is Spider-Man. You can see Spider-Man here fully. The costume is a little variation here. It's red and black. There's a lot of black highlights around the boots, closer towards the knee, the elbow, close to the shoulder, around where the web shooter is, black highlights on the side. I mean, the black makes him look leaner. That's the whole idea, of course. The Spidey logo is very tiny. Most Spider-Man fans would notice this. So, and this also looked like a CGI costume, very smooth all around. And I think they probably had an actor coming to do this, and they just used Tom Holland's voice in there. So that's what I'm thinking at this point. So that is that. Oops, sorry. That is it. And yeah. So let me close this out. Sorry about that, guys. And yeah, thoughts, guys. People. I apologize. I wasn't able to look. So Lou, start off. What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Thoughts is Marvel wages war. Shots have been fired. They're coming for DC's throat. Yeah,
but okay, see, that's the thing. When you put it that way, I put it in Marvel wages war, but Marvel also is copying war. There's a couple of things. There are a lot of things there. DC, for whatever gripe anyone has with Man of Steel, I'm not trying to diss, I'm just stating quickly. Man of Steel had so much destruction. They didn't even tell us people died. We all saw people die, and they are addressing it because that is the continuation of this story. The whole aspect of people dying in the Marvel universe, I never got it when I watched the movies. Like, they don't play it that way, so I never even bothered about that. So now that they're doing a movie where it's kind of based off that, I'm going, you guys never cared beforehand. I'm still watching it. I like it. It's exciting, but don't tell me you actually care. Let's don't pretend that you do, because you remember that scene with T'Challa and he's there. It reminds me of Bruce Wayne running and saving. I mean, Bruce, I would actually respect more just because, he ran in. T'Challa was just there. But anyway, back to the trailer itself. Before enough of the side comments there. What else did you notice? What did you guys think?
Well, earlier I watched the little Periscope video with El Maimbe.
Ah, yes.
And homies claiming this might give Star Wars a run for their money as far as opening weekend box numbers.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. May 6th?
I don't think so. May 6th is a good time. Ubisoft, I'll put it this way. I think it will get close. It'll do about I think about 220. And I still think BVS will still do 220. Surprise, just watch.
I think Civil War will make more than Batman.
Opening weekend, yes. It will. It will make
overall.
No, overall, I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think so. I mean, Spider-Man entry is what a lot of people bring it, but I think BVS is going to make more in the long run because the international market is going to eat up. Right now, the whole team is in China for a week.
Good for them.
But you know what that means, right?
China don't mean shit.
Oh, that means money. That just means you're making more money if you make China bucks off. Anyway, let's see comments from people here. Raul says, amazing trailer, but I'm still more excited for BVS. There's more interesting aspects of the DC at this moment. With the MC, it feels like been there, done that. Kevin says he's excited. Team SCA says, talk about Spider-Man in the movie. I think Spider-Man, as like I said, is introed by Iron Man. A lot of the rumors we've heard before is that what's his name? Spider-Man became Spider-Man in this universe at the age of 15 when that was it?
He was around when he was 5, and I think he gets it right before high school.
Yeah, he was a fan of Iron Man at 5 when Iron Man came out and says, "I'm Iron Man" in the first Iron Man movie. And now it's 10 years later, right? Roughly calculated.
Give or take.
Give or take. So he's now 15. 15, 16, whatever. I mean, like between 15 to 16. So now he's Spider-Man. So that's why he has that connection. So when Tony finds him and Tony basically brings him in, he's in awe of Tony Stark. You know, that's his hero. So like I said, I was telling Lou earlier, I said, I saw Spider-Man. I wasn't too excited, not because I didn't expect it, but because I think that costume threw me off just a little bit. It was a little extra shiny. It was just a little extra shiny.
It's redefined for the screen.
It was too shiny.
Like look at Black Panther's costume. We've seen pictures of it when it was floating on the internet, and it looked like shit.
No. To me, it looks almost the same. Like the difference with Black Panther is that I can see the details more. Spidey just
because they redefined it for the big screen. When they were filming, it looked like crap because they knew they were going to redefine it and all that other crap. So most likely the same thing is going on with Spider-Man.
No. I think Spider-Man. I think this is what happened. I think Tom Holland was cast late. We all know that. He was cast late, and when they cast him, you remember first thing he said he was on set and at Civil War. This was last year. So what it means that they cast it. And they had the idea to put him in, and they knew where they were going to put him in. But he was not. First of all, he's not bulked enough. He wasn't bulked enough then for what they wanted. So they figured we might as well use a stunt double, right? Fully anyway. Put it in there, CG the outfit because the costume is CG. It does not look like it's actually something you wear. It was too smooth because you look at that and look at Captain America's costume, you can see the difference. Like Cap looks like it fits on him. The rest didn't. So that's why I said it threw me off. So, which is why I was saying, if they had put him in the Iron Spider outfit, I would have just like lost my mind. I'm like, damn, Tony Stark went all out, dropped at least a cool $1 billion for this boy to come out and just like, you know, do some stuff. So I'll just say, yeah, it was kind of that for me. But let's see. Jack Robinson says, kind of confused by the plot. Anyone care to explain while the ad runs? All right. The plot is pretty much, after all the attacks from the Avengers 1 and 2, and also in Captain America Winter Soldier, a lot of destruction, collateral damage. In total, roughly around 300 people have died, according to Marvel Universe, or less than 300. And also a total of roughly around $600 billion has been lost in terms of damages. So, of course, governments of the world want the teams to kind of be consolidated, you know, have some protocol, say, hey, you know, Captain America, go here. Iron Man, go here. No, you're not supposed to go here. You know, you almost have jurisdiction. And so Cap is like, no, we don't need to do that. Like, if somebody's dying down the street from me, who are you to tell me that I can't go save them? And Iron Man is like, no, we need rules, we need regulations. And Iron Man, I think, is facing his own guilt in this. And that's one thing I wish the trailers would show, is the fact that he made Ultron. That's the first guilt. Second, you know, the stuff also even with in Iron Man 3, which I'm probably will touch on too, with all his suits going on and all that kind of stuff too. I think he's facing some of that guilt and he's trying to atone for it. And Captain America is like, I mean, if I'm Cap, I'm like, dude, man, that's your problem. I mean, come on. You know, so that's how I see it. But anyway, what do you think?
I don't care.
Yeah, Lou doesn't care. It's like, yeah.
I don't care about damage. Who gives a shit? Shit gets wrecked. Fix it.
So Callum says it was not the Avengers' fault and Shields and Ultron. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing in Batman v Superman. It wasn't Superman's fault, but y'all blame him. Everybody does. So I blame the Avengers. I'm just going to take the movie line and I will blame the Avengers. And I agree it's not their fault. Trust me, I do. But I'm just going to say it.
It is their fault. They created the damn robot.
No. Tony created it. Him
and Banner created Ultron in the sense of, you know, trying to protect it, but they couldn't help it that the damn thing had a mind of its own.
Let's see. A couple more comments here. Spidey sounds like he's 6 years old. He does have, Spider-Man is going to be a teenager in this. That's what it is. Xenac says, you suck. No, thank you very much. Newman says he's 19. The actor is 19. I don't think Spidey's 19 in this.
No, he's playing a 60. He's in high school.
Yeah,
but they got a kid that looks like he's still in high school
because he's 19 years old. The guy is 19 years old, but Spidey's.
We're not getting a 30-year-old Tobey Maguire putting him back in high school.
Jack Robinson says definitely got chills watching Spidey. Kevin says Spidey's 16. Yes, Spidey's 16. Yes, for the part of the movie, he'll be something a homemade look. And then they'll probably just use CG for the trailer. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, hopefully they clean it out. I still will watch. I just don't want to see something that looks too CGI in terms of Spidey's look. What else? Any more questions, comments, guys? Kevin says
that fight's early on in the movie.
Which fight?
The airport fight.
The airport fight scene? Yeah, it could be. It could be early on. I'm not too sure where that lands.
Let's put it to where War Machine gets shot. Could it be he gets shot after they escape the airport?
That looked like around an airport anyway, I think.
So, they all start to... Scarlet Witch is supposedly the double agent in this movie.
Yeah.
Not Scarlet. I mean, Scarlet... What? Black Widow.
Black Widow, yeah.
So, it's going to be fun. We might get 2 Spider-Man suits.
I mean, yeah, we might. We might get 2. We don't know.
Because if that's an early on fight...
That's if it's an early on fight. So, granted, the amount of fights we've seen in this, we see the airport fight, which is a big fight scene. The other big fight scene is where Cap, Iron Man, and Winter Soldier, where in the last trailer they were going back and forth with the shield. That's probably another big fight. Another biggish small fight is the chase with Cap.
Well, we see that fight sequence. They just broke it down in different parts of the trailer, but you notice Winter Soldier and Black Panther are fighting on the roof.
Yes.
They're shooting down. Winter Soldier escapes. T'Challa drops down and starts chasing Mofo.
And Cap comes through, right behind. So, So, I mean, the couple of set pieces there. We'll see how it works. Now, the other question is, how will Baron Zemo fit into this? Now, that's the problem I have with Marvel movies. Their villains are always terrible, other than Loki. I'm hearing rumors that, a lot of this also has to do with rumblings of Zemo working his chains, and also still some of the effects of Hydra you're seeing in here in terms of trying to control the superhero so he can have more leeway. So if he wants to do something and the superheroes are undermanded not to go here because somebody else is supposedly covering it, then he can do whatever he wants to do. So see how that plays.
I think Zemo's being introduced here and will play another factor into another movie, maybe Infinity War.
No, what would no, Zemo, no.
Zemo ain't getting killed in this movie.
I mean, he better not. But Zemo in Infinity War makes no sense at all. I mean, if you want to do Infinity War, you have to bring Infinity War is large. It's like saying, which is almost begs the question, like when people ask Commissioner Gordon, they just cast him in Justice League, and you're going. I myself was like, I like the actor, it's great. What's he doing in Justice League? So I don't know, but I don't see Zemo in Infinity War either. It's that same level of movie where, someone like Scarlett Johansson. I keep saying Scarlett. I keep mixing her name in between, but she's owned the role of Black Widow. Her in Infinity War almost makes no sense. I don't see it, but hey, it is what it is. Infinity Wars has 68 different characters. Yes, so I mean, Zemo as you said, most likely will probably be there.
He could be the one that tries to bring back the Red Skull.
I mean, true, maybe. Black Panther's suit is made of vibranium. Yes, I wonder what Stan Lee's cameo is. Yeah, wonder what it is.
Strip club.
Nah, I don't think it's strip club this time. That blast that hit War Machine could have come from Vision. He's the only one that fires that color blast. That is true, but he's on Cap's side. And Vision is a robot where he doesn't aim, unless, of course, Scarlet Witch controlled him.
That could make sense.
Good point there, Jerome. I like that. Asking me, am I Team Cap or Team Iron Man? I am Team Cap. Yes, I'm wearing an Iron Man
You're
t-shirt.
Team Iron Man.
No.
Once you get a Captain America shirt, then you can claim Team Cap. But till then, you're Team Iron Man.
I mean,
you're Team Billionaire.
Oh yeah. Now we're talking. I'll take that. Black Panther is bulletproof. Yes, he is. Vibranium. Let's see what else we have here. They should get Barry Allen to run faster in another universe. the Marvel universe is bullshit. You get to see Barry Allen run in the Flash and also in the movie. The eyes are mechanical. Whose eyes are mechanical? Are you talking about Spider-Man?
Yeah, they're saying they're animated.
Yeah, because it's CGI. When Cap is done with him, yes, Jackie, yes, Team Stark. So some people Team Spider-Man saying that Team Stark. See, my own thing with Spider-Man is I'm not the biggest fan of Spider-Man in high school. I never have been. But they're bringing him back to high school. I like to see how it is because I'm calling it Spider Babies. That's what I'm calling it for now. Let's see how that works and see how that goes with this young Spider-Man. You know what? Maybe, to me, I think what they could do with this is when maybe Cap fights Spider-Man and then he finds out he's only 16. Then he really gets pissed at Tony. It's like, why did you bring a kid to this? I
didn't bring a kid into anything. He brought himself.
No, Tony Stark running, man. Tony flashed some cash and some toys.
Tony flashed toys, most likely. And Tony exploited the fact that this kid idolizes him.
Of course. This Team Stark, Buddy Hansen, who's the fastest man alive in MCU. He's dead. It's called Quicksilver.
No,
it was the fastest
man alive.
Well, Flash is way faster. Anyway, Battle goes, Stark could have made his suit. He could have, but if Stark was going to make his suit, it would be metallic. He always does everything with metal. That's just the way it is. And in the comic books, he made an Iron Spider suit, which I swear, if that shows up, I would be excited. That for me is something I would love to see. Courtney Harris says,
end credit scene, Spider-Man in the iron suit.
Nah, it won't make sense though.
Leads into Spider-Man solo movie.
I mean, I think they definitely will drop something there for a solo movie. We'll see, which has nothing to do with the Venom movie they're doing.
That's just a pile of horse shit.
Let's see. People are saying who's going to win. Cap will win. Iron Man will win. Unless it's a Civil War 2, they're going straight to Infinity Wars and a Civil War 2 at least.
You know who wins? We all win.
I really want to know what you guys think about Crossbone. I mean, it's fine. It's adapted for the movie, so it's different in terms of feel. But I mean, I like the guy who plays Crossbone, the actor. So I like what he did in the last movie, Frank Grillo. So I like his stuff. I mean, do you have any thoughts on Crossbone? Or you like what you see?
He's gonna punch the shit out of Cap.
Yeah,
with his hydraulic hand.
Yep. And then let's see. So does Cap die at the end? Rumors are they recorded a bunch of end sequences, some that will piss off fans. So
5 different end sequences.
Yeah. So they can go with anyone. Couple of good questions here. Rafat says, does Stark get vibranium suit? No, he doesn't. That's probably half of Tony Stark has a way of doing all these things. He does stuff for a reason. The reason he wants T'Challa on the side is he wants vibranium, definitely. Will T'Challa give him vibranium? We don't know because Wakanda is very uptight about their security, so we'll see.
They made it look like in Ultron that there's hardly any more vibranium left.
There's only one place.
What's his name? Ulysses Claw made it seem like, I ain't got that much left, homie.
Yeah, because he's been stealing it from Wakanda. There's only one place you can get vibranium. That's it.
Of course.
Yeah. And again, vibranium is not from Earth. It's from space anyway. We need Matt Murdock cameo. None of those guys from the Marvel Netflix series are going to show up. Maybe Infinity Wars. Who knows? Maybe not. Let's see. Sorry to change topics, but supposedly there's a new BBS airing of Colony. Oh, I haven't watched Colony yet. Do you guys think it's better? Do you guys just lay low for now? Reveal. The sneak peeks are the same, different camera angles of the same fight you see. The only big reveal I know is that in that China tour they're doing, of course, since I'm on superhero hype, the boards, I go there religiously. They just did a viewing of 10 minutes of the fight. So if you're in China, you saw that, man, you saw a whole lot of fighting. I'll just put it that way. I mean, I think as long as BVS shows you like shortcuts, and they've been doing that very little, you know, and you realize like, oh, it's the same scene I just saw last week, just a different camera angle. Like the one with his the Batmobile coming around, right? We've seen that scene. I've seen that scene in 4 different angles. It's the same scene. So I'm like, you're just still showing me the same thing. So I mean, as long as that's fine. Sniper for Crossbones. Let's see. I guess Ant-Man. Okay, more questions. By the way, about Vision Hidden War Machine. If you scroll up in the chat, I said it first. He copied that. Okay, cool. We can all share that thought. We can all share it. It's fine. Brandon Duncan says, I think that's why Panther is involved due to Tony. Tony wants the best, and you do anything to get it. I mean, that's Tony's ulterior motive. Stan Lee's Black Panther when he takes off the mask.
That would be funny.
But yeah, this movie's nuts.
Told you.
Ant-Man's on Cap's team and Spidey's and Iron Man's. Yes. Let's see. Who do you think Tony will discover? How do you think Tony will discover the web slinger? I don't know. Maybe they use some of that tech that Hydra had. That could find people who had the metahuman gene. They were keeping tabs on. Who knows? I mean, maybe some variation of it. Let's see. Which one would you watch first if it came out on the same day? I mean, you're asking the wrong person that question.
He's going to watch Batman versus Superman first. I would have went to Iron Man, Civil War first.
I watch BVS all day. I mean, don't get me wrong. The fight scenes are definitely improved, but that BVS fight scene with Batman in the beginning is better than everything I saw in that trailer. I'm just telling the truth. Let's
be real. Now, if they came out both the same day, we all win because we're going to see them both.
Let's call that. If it came out the same day like they had before, let's just put it this way. That whole day, I'm doing no videos. None. I'm going to block out time from 10 a.m. when the movie theater opens till around like 6. I'm going to take a break in between just to have some nourishment. And then come back, and I might watch it again just because my friends will be out of work at that time. It would be a very crazy day.
Review would be another day.
Yeah, it would be like, I know my review would be like, hey guys, I watched both. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Let's see. I think Iron Man, the Spidey suit, search the internet. What do you guys think? Hashtag sling slasher. What is that? Do you think Ant-Man will get the Wasp in for a fight? No, don't think so. I don't think we're going to see the Wasp in here at all. Brandon says, Tony to the government. Oh, sorry. To say the government is trying to cut the civilian death toll and then pick an airport to start another fight.
Yep. Sure, let's go fight in the airport. We hit a plane, boom, blows up, starts a chain reaction.
Let me see here. Sonny says, does War Machine die from his cold? We don't know what happens to War Machine. He could be dead, he could be unconscious. I just say he's dead. You know what? Yeah, there are enough other people to fill that quota. Let's just put it that way. Do you think Giant Man is going to have an appearance in the movie? Yes, I believe so. The toys already they have toys for Giant Man anyway, so I think he's going to show up at some point. And then,
the airport.
Yeah, most likely, yes. There's enough space for it, and I think it'll make a lot of sense. Let's see. Are you more hyped for Civil War and Batman? I mean, I'm hyped for Batman. He's hyped for Civil War. Do you think Batman looks better than this? I think they look different. To be honest, they're two different styles movies. I like Zack Snyder's style, but I also like the Russo brothers. I think the Russo brothers, I'm glad they did Winter Soldier, because that to me that's my best Marvel movie. I love the work they do. So I think these are two different styles in terms of what you're looking at. Let's see. A lot of people will be pissed now with all their flights delayed at the airport. Cole says War Machine is not going to die because he's going to replace Iron Man. Also, they wouldn't drop a spoiler like that in the trailer. You never know. I mean, well, they said they're 5 deaths, so he could be one of them. He may not be one. He also may. I mean, remember, if we watch Civil War in the comic books, there were a couple of deaths there in Civil War in the comic books. There was Giant Man's death. Not Giant Man, sorry. There's another guy who grows big who died in the comic books that really caused, and that was because Tony Stark and in the comic books, Tony Stark and Mr. Fantastic created their own version of Thor. They cloned him and they put a chip in him, and he went nuts. And then he killed one of the heroes. And Cap was like, "Are you guys serious?" And that's where the sides really divided because Mr. Fantastic was on Iron Man's side. His wife left him and fought it with Cap. And Spider-Man got screwed over by Iron Man and was saved by the Punisher. You need to go read the comic book. Civil War was a great, thank you, Goliath. Thank you very much, Cole. Civil War was a great comic book. So this movie is only touching on a fraction of what it is. I think Spidey will swap teams. Donald Trump will make a wall to keep out the superheroes. You guys are coming up with some cool stuff. The girlfriend of Ant-Man could help. Wasp, she will not be in this movie at all.
She'll be at home waiting for her man to come back.
Yes, definitely. Hey, Marvel's doing movie tradition. Nick Fury died, and now Brody just saying Nick Fury did not die. Nobody dies in the Marvel universe anyway. Let's just be frank. First one was Coulson. All that whole drama in the first Avengers, only for him to be handless in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think Donald Trump will make DC great again. Man, come on, people. Do you think Camp will die? No, we've talked about that. Let's see. Okay, man, y'all are just throwing a lot of Donald Trump jokes in here. Will someone actually die in this movie? That's the big question. I think that's probably the big question here.
Someone's gonna die.
Do you think someone would die, but you think they'll come back again, like the usual Marvel?
Okay, no. If you kill him, you can't bring him back. God damn it!
Well, the only person who has not come back is Quicksilver, right?
Because Joshua Whedon said he was going to be dead.
Yeah. The fastest person to dodge bullets is the one that died. That was just dumb. I'm sorry. That was bad. I was expecting Hawkeye. They showed us his kids, his ranch, all that stuff. I was like, if he died, I would feel sad. I would. What happened? Nah, he just came back home.
He came home to hang out with his family.
Yeah. Let's see. Rocky says, with Black Panther getting his own movie, do you think will make an appearance in this movie? Looks like maybe Black Panther is killed in an explosion, making him become Black Panther. Maybe, yeah. Let's see. Do you think Spidey will have a big part? No. Spidey's part, I think, is just as big as Wonder Woman's part in Batman v Superman. It's necessary, it's sweet, but it's small. That's it.
It's big.
No, it's not big.
It's 15 minutes long.
Wonder Woman is 20.
Ooh-wee. That's
it. It's the same thing.
I want more Wonder Woman.
Let's see. I think this movie looks better than Age of Ultron. The story looks really good. I was a fan of the first Avengers. The second one didn't impress me at all. I would agree. I think this is from Brandon. Hayden says, I think Cap will die. In the trailer when Iron Man says, I was wrong about you. The world was wrong about you. I think that could be Iron Man giving Bucky Cap's shield when Cap dies. Thoughts? True. Misdirection of trailer. Just like in BVS, they'll do this all the time. So you hear lines, but they're not in the same place. So it could be. I mean, it could be something else. It could be the fact that Thanos just shows up. He's like, yeah, I want my rings. Takes that jewel of Vision's head. Bah! I mean, Hulk and Thor in this movie. Yeah, because that would just be too much overpowering for these teams. Like, you have to think about the way the Marvel universe is set up. They don't have, the Marvel heroes are not as powered as, say, how you see DC with, Man of Steel or Superman. So they have a certain power level. And throwing in Hulk and Thor, really, like that airport will not be around. Talk about missing flights. You might as well just like run. As soon as you see them show up, you just get out of there. They would try and catch no flight. Don't take no pictures.
Hulk smash.
Exactly. Because they are demonizing Winter Soldier and the fact that they have a place after the Cap trilogy, Winter Soldier will probably die. He could. I mean, but if you want to make, let's put it this way. This is the question here for everyone. if you want to make this movie memorable, somebody of importance has to die. And who's that someone that most people care about the most?
Rhodey.
Now, is it Cap? Cap would be huge. Will set precedent of having your main star die. Is it Iron Man? We know that's not going to happen, but just saying options, right? Is it Rhodey? Now, is it secondary characters? Now, the two key secondary characters are Rhodey and Winter Soldier, right? Rhodey for Iron Man, and then Winter Soldier for Cap, because you've seen the trailers fighting for him. Those are the ones. Falcon died. Come on, brother, just got his wings. You just can't. I mean, and he just brought in a new player too. War Machine dies. Bucky has 9-film contract. They all have long contract. Doesn't mean they don't kill you off and give you like a bonus check and say, "Hey, thanks for joining the show." Black Widow died. No, can't kill her. Can't kill Black Widow. Spider-Man's voice, though. I agree. BW1 just chimed in. Not a big fan of his voice. Again, you could tell that was a voiceover. It wasn't something that he was, in costume. Like the difference in voices when you hear what's his name, Deadpool in voice, you could tell that he had a mic underneath and he was voicing that thing, as opposed to Spider-Man. BW1 says way too damn CGI. Sounds young. He's supposed to be 16, so you're looking at a kid here. Now, it wouldn't matter if you say Cap or Iron Man died because they set up new Avengers. Yeah, are people interested in watching the new Avengers? New name characters they don't know? Are they interested yet? Or is that something you wait till at least Infinity War 1 to now introduce a new set of Avengers, a new leader? Who will lead that team? Who's strong enough to lead that team? Who's strong enough to not fall for Tony or whoever is left alive? Everyone is hating on Spider-Man. No one's hating on Spider-Man. We all love Spidey. Just some of us are saying that costume is way too shiny. At least
that costume was fine.
That's Lou, man. Lou says it's fine. Do you think Sony has done enough damage to Spider-Man? Spidey is fine, man. Look, Spidey, see, there are certain characters that no matter how much damage you do to them, Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman are the three characters, I think. We saw how George Clooney almost destroyed Batman. We saw how not Brandon Routh, but who's the director of X-Men?
Bryan Singer.
Bryan Singer almost destroyed Superman. Director. Yeah, exactly. And we also saw how like Spider-Man is going, and the characters are still here. Those are the three top characters, like in terms of toy sales worldwide. So those characters are fine. I mean, we just, I'm glad that Sony is not left with trying to pillage the character to death. BW1 says, then why he sound like he's 12-year-old and he's playing Call of Duty and calling his mom some name? I don't know why. Brandon says Hawkeye, we hardly notice him. They said he had a bigger role in Age of Ultron, and another character had a bigger role, I feel. I mean, Hawkeye is just hanging in there, man. Homie's he was just like, look, I'm trying to go back to my wife and kids, man. We'll see. Talk about the Punisher. We will talk about the Punisher once we watch, at least try and binge watch the first like 5 or 6 episodes of Daredevil. Do you guys who watch Daredevil, you do? Okay, let's see what else questions. The costume looks sick. I saw that somewhere. Man, you guys are chiming in. I appreciate it, man. I mean, there's so many comments and questions. It's getting hard, but hey, just keep throwing it out there. Spider-Man has regeneration. Yes, he does. Let's see.
BW1. I don't think anyone dies in this movie coming up.
Somebody has to die. I mean, come on. Stakes are so big. You don't kill anyone. You show us all the numbers of people dying in Sokovia, New York, DC. Rumor has it that Vision leaves at the end of the movie and he goes to space for Guardians 2. I don't think anyone. No, I don't.
He might go to space, but he ain't gonna show up in Guardians.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I like the design of the new Spider-Man suit. I'm not really a fan of Spider-Man, but this Vision, I think, is going to make a hell of more.
This isn't DC, where everyone dies every other scene. BW1.
BW1. Hey, look, if BW1, if you watch the trailers, supposedly, let's get back to that for a second. This is where I have gripe with Marvel. Supposedly, in the first Avengers movie, when I watched it, nobody died as far as I was concerned. It was, woo, Avengers Save the Day. It's cool. Second Avengers movie, nobody dies, really. I mean,
Quicksilver.
No, sorry. No, I'm talking about civilians. I apologize. Civilians. Remember, Captain America was like, save the civilians. They kept on harping it like no tomorrow in that movie. And then, of course, Winter Soldier, we know that it was Hydra dying, so we don't really care about it, right? Sure. And then what did they show us in the trailer? Only 23 people died in New York. 23. And then in DC, it was how many? 73 people?
No, DC was 23.
Oh, hold on.
New York was 77.
Let's go back to some of those numbers. Let's get those numbers right. Let's see. New York was 74. You're correct. DC was 23. And then
Wachovia was 177.
And Wachovia was 177. Those are the people that died through their heavy skirmishes.
Yeah, they stayed in their houses, went all the way up into space, or however point they went to, and then they got incinerated by Tony Stark's doing what he did. They died a peaceful death.
VW1 said War Machine ain't dying. Remember, this is not an Avengers movie. This is a Cap movie. This is Avengers 2.5. This is called what it is.
This is Avengers 3.
It's Avengers 2.5. You're introducing Black Panther. You have Bucky in there. You have Iron Man. I mean, the director said this movie will have a good chunk of Iron Man. So you're looking at 30% of the movie having Iron Man in there, at least with his team around that. So you're gonna have Avengers 2.5. This was just what it is. Let's not even pretend.
Someone's gonna bite the dust.
Yeah,
maybe two people bite the dust.
Let's see who else. Let's see what else here. Okay, Hayden says this is rumored to be a psychological horror movie due to the last 30 minutes of the film. That being said, psychological horror. I mean, really, where, dude? I mean, please send me that link. Do you think
the Russos did say it's going to be a psychological thriller?
Okay, thriller. Yeah. All right. Horror part, man. I was like, whoa. I mean, did Doctor Strange just show up out of nowhere and like, do some stuff?
He's gonna come and battle Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Do you think the last 30 minutes would be the death of one of the heroes, plus a slight intro to Infinity Wars and possible teasing Avengers in the Guardians in the end credits? I mean, you could be right in all points. You could definitely be right. We just don't know at all. Brandon says, I think Spider-Man suit is partly functional. His eyes make a second effect. Probably, we'll see. We don't know. I heard Guardians of the Galaxy does make a cameo in Infinity Wars. They better. I mean, it makes no sense if they don't, to me. It really does. All right. So anyway, guys, we've been chatting for about an hour. We've got all your thoughts there, all the way from, guys talking about it's been great. Thank you very much. It's exciting. Can't wait for it. Brandon says, Truth's not an Avengers movie, but he's not a strong enough character to be in a solo movie. He's Marvel's Superman. He's a Boy Scout. Iron Man's Marvel's Batman. He makes for the money. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, the way it's set up now. Spider-Man is to this movie what Wonder Woman is to BVS. But unlike DC, Marvel fucked up by working so hard on the Iron Man suit upgrades. But I think I heard the Chinese... I think they hired a Chinese tailor for Spider-Man suit. Whew, man, that's rough, man. That is rough. Whew, man. All right, guys. We're gonna sign off now. Thank you very much for watching. Continue the discussion right down there in the comments. Let us know. You're asking. All right. This is a quick last one here. Two things. Number one, how much money do you think this movie will make opening weekend?
2 something.
Come on, give me a. This 2 something could be 280.
This shit ain't making no 280. I don't give a damn. They ain't doing that.
Okay, then what?
It'll do anywhere between 210 and 220.
I say 210. I agree with you. About 215. Just so I wouldn't necessarily agree. I'll say 215. And who's your favorite Marvel character? Somebody asked that question. You don't have one at all? Who's your more favorite Marvel character?
He's not in this universe. I'm a Wolverine guy.
All right, so Wolverine. I can tell you BW1's favorite Marvel character is Spider-Man. For me, it's Cyclops. I'm an X-Men guy too.
I thought the Ghostbusters were his favorite characters.
Oh, Ghostbusters. Okay, all right, guys. Thank you very much. Jamie says 250. We could go on forever, but it's been an hour. Continue the discussion in the comments. We'll definitely answer everyone there and chime in. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel, guys. If you're watching, hit the subscribe button so we can do more videos like this, more hangouts, talk about comic books, comic book movies, all that fun stuff. And till then, hopefully, guys, I might have an early review for you guys on BVS. We'll let you know as soon as I get word on it. Thank you very much. Team Cap right here. I mean, you're not wearing the Iron Man shirt. I'm a double agent. Just remember that. I'm a double agent. And yeah, check out Mr. Lou Rod. His Twitter handle is Booredatwork on Twitter. And of course, mine is Booredatwork. Thank you very much. And always enjoy your entertainment, man.
Boom.